Hello. Welcome. Oh, I should have changed that. Welcome back to Vast Era. Last time we met. We met Jack. Yeah, that's all I remember. That's all I remember from last time. Hold on, this song's a bit loud, isn't it? Turn my volume down as well. Bloody hell, mate. Anyway, BLC. After your member fell flat on his face, you spent the rest of this long evening ignoring some unwanted attention and combing through another section of your ancestors' tome. Your focus is interrupted as your Lucite come to you. They can't be willing to speak on a night in which they vowed silence, can they? You know how much this ritual means to them. No one do something like this without very good reason. Chimera parent to speak. Oh, gee. You're not listening to what is happening outside. You've got to slack off on your duties. There are guidelines you must follow. We've been over this. We were worried sick. We should not have left them talk us into letting them leave earlier. They are further distressed, as they should be, considering what is happening. First time you've ever you speak on your day of remembrance, and you're chastising me. We wouldn't have had to if you had come outside. Why would I have gone outside? I'm studying. You were signaling a threat. You'd handle yourselves just fine. This is very unlike you, Elsie. You guys have no idea what I've been through, okay? Very doubtful. You didn't tell us. You can tell when you're upset. Yeah, sure. Nothing good ever happens when you're on watch, you know. So why try to spell guard so nobody sees the tent that you can go, and you can go about your business in peace. Grooming, sleeping, however you guys use the bathroom, etc. Okay, so why don't you spell etc. correct? That's the first time I've ever seen that. They usually spell it like etc. It really annoys me. You guys be many potential onlookers, and you can deal with the threats however you like. And I'm trying really hard to cancel out the sounds of carnage, because it's never pleasant, and you're scaring Arch exclusives too. It's shaking so hard that I'm pretty sure he's about to crack the sound barrier. The little Lucius should be grateful we allowed him inside. He's doing his job, as we are doing ours. We should have left him at the estate. He's got a little limey girl who's cranky today. Look, I've had a really extremely shitty night, and it doesn't seem like it's going to let up anytime soon. But you were doing just fine earlier. What made you so grumpy? Sorry, I don't know why I'm struggling. The three different Luci are really confusing me. I'm just trying to do some studying. Kind of you guys always tell me to do more of. Except for this night, obviously. Which I guess isn't even a thing anymore. You only speak with your best interests at heart. You know the consequences otherwise. Exactly, I know already! Now, please excuse me. I have to do something for my friends. Your friends? Oh no. You should definitely not have gone. Don't be like that. She can't help what happened. Hold on, if she said... What she said is to be taken into account. It might actually explain this. Come and see. Elsie, look outside. Uh-oh. It's boop drones. What the frick? What are they doing here? With very murdery weapons. Friggin' chainsaw? Gun? That shoots bullet? These mechanical contraptions were sent in too great a number to be mere coincidence. Yet another attempt on your gifts, I assume. You did bring up your friends. Do anything the way you are? Besides the three of them approved of and accounted for. Elsie, try not to scream. I don't know! I can't tell you for the life of me! It sure is a mystery, isn't it? Please stop yelling. Just only tell us what you're going through, child. We really wish to aid you, but we cannot do so if you don't speak plainly. Besides, we have been very spotted on guidance as of late. Well, the older you get, the more it seems we all drift apart. Breaks my heart. You know you'll be needed, just as she was. You must know you're mine as well. Especially now. So your time is coming sooner than we anticipated. Oh my covers. Not agreeing with me. Oh, I don't remember this panel. It's like, why do I not remember this panel? I don't know. I'm just trying to help. These stupid little things could have killed me, yeah. I'm working on my own thing right now. I'd probably take care of it if I just show my friends how much they need me. You should not talk to strangers. They could be predators. Or demons! Or another foolish child. It's not like that, jeez! But how will we know? We've never met most of them. We should meet them. I do not want to meet them. You most certainly do. I'm interested in demons or predators. I would burn every claw in my body were they to come near our Elsie. Well, he would cry. He does do that sometimes. I've seen it. That bro was intimate and you know it. I was giving that a motherly voice. When you get other friends would not be just as intimate a moment. I do not enjoy weeping. Look, it stains my coat. Elsie, let Calder have it. Wait. I can't tell if this is the same song or a different song with the same melodies playing twice. Elsie, let Calder have it. Or did I just say that? I don't know. So your everlasting guardians continue to squabble. You slink back into your tent to see if his messages are still there. Sure enough, they are, silently mocking you with their presence. It's well against your better judgment to engage in something like this. What the hell? Could least an emotional punching bag. Or two, even. Almost knows you got a whole life's worth of pent-up stress to take care of. Probably deserves it anyway. Stuck-up asshole. Elsie, go off. This is going to be an interesting conversation. Also, notice the colours. Grandiose saturation began trolling as a steer oracle. I'd like to open this conversation by saying that it's well against my better judgment to engage in something like this. But before leaving your memo, I couldn't help noticing that you seemed quite upset. I was even in need of an emotional punching bag to relieve the pent-up stress. You don't find me deserving of sympathy anyway. Oh, I was under the impression that you didn't care for me, you patronising prick. That was most certainly the impression I gave, yes. However, even the most patronising of us can stand to admit when they are wrong. What exactly did you find yourself wrong about? Do you have a set list of logical points? Remember, arguments are totally worthless unless they sound stuffy and irrational enough. And by the fact that you don't even take half a second to hear them out. Do you intend to goad me with my own words for the duration of this exchange? Would you like to know why I've decided to degrade myself by coming to you? I don't know. I'm starting to really like the sound of goading. And I'll make my intentions clear. I want your help. Yeah? Well, I want a lot of things. What if I can't begin to explain to you? I'm sure I could never get this kind of yearning through your thick skull and stiff lower lip. Congratulations on being so blessed, by the way. You sure have drawn a lucky lot in life, Mr. Carrion. You're not blessed enough for me to want any second-hand consecrations you have to offer. If anything, I'm losing precious time by entertaining the notion that I've ever helped you in the first place. Do you want an apology? Does that rank somewhere in your long list of desires? No. I knew you wouldn't mean it. What makes you so sure? This isn't the past, it's the present. It's been an hour and a half. My point still stands. Talking this over is in your best interest. In return, I can offer you what you want most. I don't need you to tell me what it is. Place the order to the top of your list. So you want to pretend you know anything about me? After what you said? You're tricking me around like an idiot. Sorry, pal, but that monorail left the station a while ago. I had more than enough reason to be skeptical. But upon reflection, the weight of what you said in your memo did strike me. I see now what I was missing then. I already tried to help you. You would have left, not me. I have no obligation to you. Do you not? Excuse me, did you feel like it's your job to assist all of us in getting to our shared destination? Given how you tried to handle that memo of yours, I'd wager that this is not the kind of duty you have any interest in shirking. I know you better than you might think. But you crave most to be known and accepted, without question or compromise. I understand what that feels like. Okay, so this panel's interesting. It's all the pictures of Calder and the others, except now it's Elsie. Do you understand what it's like to be me? Do you know what it's like to be hunted because of your blood? Because it's something completely outside of your control? Isolated from those you care about? Used? I was despised from the moment they decided to make me. The shade of the Carrion bloodline is symbolic of war, of genocide and scandal. My very existence is controversy. It's really nice to feel sorry for yourself in your fancy underwater mansion. I don't mean to imply my heritage didn't come with certain benefits, I suppose you could say. There's even a time where its bloody history didn't affect me at all. I had a man that I looked up to, a friend who tried to show me reasons to continue moving forward, an memorial who cherished me despite my past. But I discovered that the man who I looked up to never cared for me in the first place. The friend secluded himself inside his own home, cut out full contact without warning and abandoning me. No explanation is given. The moral: he finds you, and decides that he needs you more than he ever needed me. You know these people just as well. All I know is that you like to rag on girls for no reason and try to convince others to do the same, because you think you were wrong sweeps ago. Wasn't I? It's not wrong for one of the few people I cared about to leave me because he found someone else. I don't blame you for his own choices, of course, and I blame you for not being inclined to see my side of the story. My distaste for your identity group is not due to a misguided sense of superiority, like the mudslingers would have you believe. You're only a part of it by happenstance. Okay, Mr. Misogynist. And you're really selling your point here. Let's get back to the personal then. What will you do when you are seen as the problem? Will you deem too demanding, not enough, a burden? Collier always spoke highly of you, despite all the rumors. But what will happen once he gets what he wants? What will you do when Vurad retreats back into the comfort of his own shadow, casting you aside? What will you do when Turgut finally decides to pull the trigger and there's no one here to watch? Horses and Arctic would never do that. They had no problem doing it to me. So the book of yours was a gift from someone close, correct? Guess it's a slightly unorthodox assumption in this day and age. We can't think of anything else other than a blood relative, especially in our respective cases. Was it your ancestor? Yeah. Then, let me ask you this. Does this knowledge burden you? I don't know if burden is the word I'd use. It helped me a lot growing up, especially all this stuff about thaumaturgy and what she thought what the future would be like. I kinda just thought it was a bunch of fun stories for most of my life. Once it really meant something, I admit it got a lot harder for me to grapple with. I keep rereading certain passages over and over, and it still doesn't all connect. But I have to figure it out. I, myself, am also immensely familiar with my own ancestor. Burdensome is the word I would use to describe my affiliation with him. The only knowledge he bestowed upon me was the certainty that our culture was rotten from the inside. He wanted to control it. He demanded respect, and as such would kill for it. He's the reason I strive to undo the malaise our planet is mired in. I want to find a way to create a better world. A world without duplicitous overseers that claim they work for good. A world whereby trolls have learned through pain, or have toiled through grief in order to craft something more than themselves. A society built on the idea that there is a way forward, and anyone can earn their honest keep. This game will take the chance for Repeton, with our knowledge combined with the wisdom that our burdens have imparted on us, and also make way for the acceptance we strive for. I can take what remains of our world and mold it into something more, something better. Entrust me with this information from now on, and I promise you I will not rest until I see this through. I don't know. Don't you miss it, Elsie? As we were all together, united as an unsanctioned clique. We can bring that back. This game can be used as a conduit for us to fix this. My only wish is to make us stronger, to make us whole again. I really don't know. It sounds very nice on paper, but I just can't see it working out like you're describing it in practice. There are things in this book that I don't understand at all, even after Sweep's dedicated study. Maybe something that we shouldn't know? Besides, I spent so long trying to protect it from others. Maybe it's not worth the risk. We better just leave it alone after this. These are starkly critical circumstances we find ourselves in. I know it feels like pressure, but my urging comes from an honest place. There's no use worrying about protecting information that may help when we already are in dire straits. You know, in the corporate world, there's a saying we use when one has a leg up on the others around them. You snooze, you lose? No, it's just business. I'm getting flashbacks to Bitcom's route. Well, when you put it that way, this doesn't leave me with much of a choice, does it? Nonsense, there's always a choice. And I believe you'll make the right one. Okay, you've got a deal. Excellent. We've discussed this further. Hold for a moment. I see something in the distance. I think all this kind of implying that the Vivifier and Caesar had a deal, but we don't know much about that yet. Cal, to detect movement. Something catches the corner of your eye after a partnership well forged. Interesting. Oh god, it's more of them. Traversing through the depths, these creatures must not have any kind of forethought. They look as though they would fit right in, yet don't spot the usual mutations. It seems as if they were sprung from a place that breeds the very idea of ugly. And so, naturally, they come to you. Laven, consult Denizen. Ooh. Oh, come on. Oh, never mind, they won't do it. Well, that's my story. It only rounds up to, like, 3 major things. I thought it was pretty good. If you want me to, I can expound on any of them. Oh yeah, mentioned I cut off the blood flow to my leg while trying to tie Prusik once. You did, yes. That is classic me. This is all very classical in nature. Henial. Ooh. Who the hell are these two? Your situation is not one of the particular distinction. Those previously in your position have had a similar set of expectations placed upon them. The dichotomy of space and time is perhaps the most prevalent of any session. And as such, those who are bound to inherit these roles require certain circumstances in order to best provide for their fellow aspect holders. Advantages that allow them to usher in the beginning and serve them until the end. Which we... Oh, pardon me. Oh. So in both aspects we are... Oh god. Hiccups. We are the expense of all. Facilitators and saviors, martyrs and forgers. It is no surprise that you are the one chosen for a task of such great magnitude. I'm guessing on 13 if you can talk. Communication is the only way to breed success. We are a family above all else. Should you guys huddle to discuss the game plan? That's sort of frowned upon these days, I think. More of a do whatever feels right kind of culture. When it comes to athletic pursuits. 12 of us being aligned with those who hold a quintessential purity of soul, influential figures in your world, and all others before it hidden from you. Our goal is to find communion with these enduring souls, and together release the full extent of our capabilities, a conduit and a power. Neat. I'm of the impression that you know your designation quite well already, Knight. Hold on. Who are the guys with the drippy eyes? What are they about? I'm guessing the vibe that if they're related to you, that would make me more far of a whole. And 3 of them, those 4, just kind of staring at me. Is that worth the equation too? I guess I'd like him to be. He's not, I am sorry to say. Outside influence is such a guardian's pet's not customary to the setup. Don't like that. Let's take a step back. I'd like to recount your story once again. Before we move further along in the introspection, all the others themselves do not surprise me, the way in which you describe them do. I already told you. I'm leaving for Peru. This is my Lucis. His name is Matt, and he's very good. I do taxidermy work. I still made door stuff online for money. So I just did give course parts for a friend. Also for money. Because I need it to live. I really like glue. I was gonna use it for a project tonight, but couldn't find any. It was too late anyways, so I gave up. I have some old characters I don't do anything with. I'm really bad at tying knots. That was about the Prusik instinct. I play a quasi-political video game. And the assholes and hackers like. It's called Anthropomorphic Municipality, and it sucks. But I like it. I think it's fun. That's about it. Knight, that is not what I meant by your story. Those are these mere facts about yourself. What has really happened to you thus far? What are your accomplishments, your failures, your fears, and your aspirations? I don't really see the point in getting into all that. Truly? Nope. Tell me then, did you feel nothing but my release? No sense of wonder at what the puzzle might have meant? Nah. Why do you think that is? Because I've known about the game for a while. Vaguely, but still. I'm just doing what I already knew I have to do. I knew we'd be playing tonight. Speaking of white noise was going to happen no matter what. Even I didn't know what he was going to say. I knew we'd be able to go prospect and wait him out. The thing I didn't already know, he filled me in on. Kind of this whole shebang is a failsafe, so we can get it right. You know, everything I know, everything I don't know. That's quite the resigned and unenthusiastic of you. How do I put this? If the end of the world was going to happen, and you knew about it for sweeps, you'd get tired of worrying about it, and just go, yeah, alright. Don't really feel a need to turn on emotional theatrics. just boring at this point. Most of me jumping at the chance to be in your position. In all of my time, I've never once heard a player finding the coordination for the design system to be boring. I mean, this isn't boring on its own, I guess. Platform is kinda neat. There's a bit in the hellish bark beast for sure. There's the overall certainty of what's coming. Being the one who spoiled all the mystery, it's kind of old after a while. Taking a peek behind the curtain, so that makes the whole show lose a bit of its charm. I was hoping that getting to this operation off the ground might, I don't know, make things interesting again. I'm actually really interested about these two. We still don't know who these are. This one's probably rated time and this one's space, but I don't know. I think your perspective might be painted in thin strokes. Never really got into painting. Don't have a neck for it. It sounds about right from what I'm hearing. Is that an insult? No, it's a good thing. It means you will be able to seek what you desire. Because there's an infinite amount of room for you to learn and grow here. Definitely want to see it then. Not quite yet. You had questions for me before, correct? So you said you did not understand. Oh, yeah. The only thing I still don't get is this. He's entrusting you with the Green Sun. If he has explained his reasoning to you, what is there to be uncertain of? I just want to know why. You're the hero of space. Along with the hero of time, it is your job to ensure that the start of the end of any given session. I've said so just now, and you knew it already. It's not boring to hear me repeat myself. I never got an answer on it. It has to be me, though. Not from you. Not from him. Not from these eyeball creatures. Definitely not from Mutt. This other stuff doesn't really mean anything. It's like vague nonsense most of the time. If I'm really the kind of embodiment of space or whatever, what does that have to do with anything? Why me, specifically? As one of space, I often feel as if I'm being a circumstance. I don't enjoy to wax existential, as others of my brood are prone to. I'm patient and not fond of surprises. I know what I am, and I feel content in that knowledge. But you seem to want more than what lies ahead from some simple parameters. I believe a second eldest would enjoy your manner of thinking. Who's the second oldest person? Her name is Lilith. In surely technical terms, none of us were ever born at all. We have existed long before we took on these forms, and continue to exist past our need of them. She is a special case among us, however. Without her essence, the light around your neck would be long expired, and she had a non-negligible part in the crafting of our current incarnations. I cannot say I'm her biggest fan, although I respect her work. Her methods are unorthodox but effective, so I have no reason to complain. How does she know white noise? I have never known a white noise. I think she has either. That doesn't sound right. I mean, he created this whole thing, didn't he? I thought that was pretty clear. You talked about him like you knew him. Whenever I mentioned the guy. So he's trying to be cagey. I think he's doing a pretty hard job of it. Are you trying to be cagey? I am not. Let me offer you some wisdom, Knight. There's an endless amount of knowledge in this universe that even I do not possess. When we are faced with the unknown, sometimes our only choice is to either rely on instinct, or complacently accept whatever comes our way. My instinct tells me this. You, most of all, should know better than to take people and their claims at face value. Well, my instinct says that Murray and I got what we needed. It's a bit more complication on your end. I don't know a Murray either. I don't think anyone does. Keep that line in mind, because that's a very important line. It's near impossible to see the whole picture of someone you can only rely on your own perspective. He's the time person. Oh, so he'll be the one you work with closely on your journey. If you want to put it like that, maybe that your association with him might be fated. That's a weird way of phrasing it. I don't have any kind of interest in him, if that's what you're asking. It is not. Oh, so he's a normal thing. Like the concept. Not that there was any other form of it. Nah, not really. You're very full of surprises. I was wondering if you said what I expected from you. This is new to me. I just think fate was really a thing. There's nothing that made me here by force. Other than happenstance, and some meteors, I guess. But the point is, I made my own choices and they led me here. Same with him. He It would be much easier on an explanation for your circumstances. Does that not bring you any sort of comfort? Oh, I'm reaching that Laven's voice. I'm not a huge fan of the idea of being controlled. Why are we lacking some destiny I have no say in? Yes, I'm just me. That's shockingly thorough of you. Thanks. I tried. Well. Ooh, this place looks nice. Whoa, that's... Whoa. I cannot tell you everything you wish to know, Laven. I would defeat the purpose of this experience. However, I can provide you with the tools you need in order to be set on your path. The path which you have chosen for yourself on this conversation. The old which put the path awaits you. Land of Construct and Deluge. Beaver. Huh. Nice seeing crystal clear pretty water. Indeed? How's your kind of fish then? The water does not sound very fresh. It's not. You have to pay for an overpriced detox slab of it. You want to risk falling into the ocean. You're not looking to die of slow and painful brain death. But you're not so wrong to feel such malaise if that's the case. Do you like fish? You seem pretty hyped about them. I've need for material sustenance. But yes, I do enjoy the diminutive slippery creatures. They intrigue me so. Cute. Come now. Your first answer lies within. Laven, follow Haniel. Oh. I sure hope it's a satisfying answer. It took us a while to get here. I wonder what these guys do. Let's come out and say it. I like them. I want to know who they are. For them a space digger too. You'll know them both very well, I assure you. We reside at the heart of this land. It was created in order to challenge you, watch you grow. However, this specific chamber was not made simply for your self-betterment. You, along with the Hero of Time and the Hero of Hope, will have an obligation here. This is a failsafe you have learned of. This is the Cauldron. Goes down pretty deep. It is very deep. 3 of you are tasked with overseeing its initial needs. However, all 12 of you must be involved for the process to come to fruition. This is a common goal you must serve. To have the gathering of many key items to be molded and distilled. Alchemy much? The design itself is crucial, so I suggest going for that contentious sporting colour you mentioned earlier. Okay, just to make sure, this is to include your friends too, right? Yes, it does include them. Fucking sweet. As your obligations, as you have your obligations, so do them. Above all else, they are protectors of this keep and watchful eyes of your progress. In the end, it will be a spectacle of grand design. Last crescendo in our symphony. Final piece that will lead into the climax of this endless dispute. It will be a magnum opus. Long have I made the most high quality video game rips. How long have I recorded? Only half an hour. I've got fucking ponytail over in another tab. Not on this. Let me just change the music again to something a bit more suitable. This, I guess? No, this one. Enjoying your handiwork? You're supposed to be in position, Lilith. We've done this incalculable times. You are unaware of the proceedings. Trust us, brother. We would not miss the festivities for the world. This really seems like a good time to ask you something we've been meaning to. When are you going to tell these poor children who you really are? I have no idea what you're talking about. This seems the way you're meant to be seen. That isn't fair, is it? You ask us to keep secrets on your behalf again and again when you have no reason to hide. Do you feel guilty about everything we've done to their planet in the name of success? Or is it because you still can't predict a favourable outcome, even though you've seen this happen countless times? Granted, none of us could have stopped certain catastrophes once they were set in motion. Covert uprisings, the cruelty of soulmates, tainted black seas, almost tampering with the universal scripture. All of this because you decided to take no chances and introduce something unnatural into this world. Something that will accept Mother's essence. Everything we did for the right reasons. Sometimes people can get hurt in the process. Without sacrifices, we will not be able to progress. I think that's why you want to believe what you want to believe. You like to pontificate on your ideals, yet put on new masks every turn of the wheel. How do you know your insecurity so zealously? Why is it you fear yourself? It's because you don't agree with your own methods. It's because you cannot save them all, like Mother wanted. It's because no matter how many times you change, you'll never have something of... You'll have something of father within you as well. Uh-oh. Don't you dare compare me to him! Oh god. Oh no, his hand. Oh, would you look at that? The degradation is setting in much faster than we expected. You're getting weaker, Metatron. We can't hold on forever. That sounds like a Transformer name. Who'd be surprised if you made it through the 30 or 2 nights the session is planned to last? Go. Stop looking at me. Just leave. Fine. Your secrets are still safe with us. Perhaps take this as a sign. A common metaphor if you'd like. We know how much you love those. Eventually they will all see you as you are, whether you want to or not. You have a really limited time left, no matter the outcome. There is some relief in using it, to be honest. She's right, of course, as she often is. And I will, soon. But for now, let's just go back to how it was before. Think of visitation to Locat as any daunting schedule despite the aside. What do you suppose will happen next? Ah, because we're finally meeting our life player. Here we go. Very shy, this one, and incredibly hard to find on many occasions. Even ensuring her meeting with the others. The other aspect holders proved oddly troublesome. But he's here now, and you're always with me. That's what counts. Why don't we get this last introduction out of the way? It's the meme troll. Your name is Gentha Briati. Oh, I've been waiting for Gentha for a long while. What's the volume? You're an avid purveyor of niche cultural oddities, especially those that harken back to nostalgic grubhood. Your house has become something of a nursery for lost toys and knickknacks deemed unworthy of or unsafe by the public at large. You don't care about that, though, because you love them. Taking care of these horrible little monstrosities that you hold so dear brings you a measure of comfort and joy, which is invaluable to you because you are horrible at taking care of yourself. Members of your Bloodcast are infamous for having some of the most outlandish survival abilities around, often the most potent of the lower end of the human spectrum. You, however, were gifted with nothing. Which, yeah, figures. But after the Lucis complication left you without a caretaker, you have a pretty stressful and defenseless life, all holed up inside your hive. Can't even remember the last time you saw the suns. At most, you get a whiff of fresh air whenever the stuff is delivered to your doorstep. Countless nights spent scared and alone have left you extremely in tune with many of your interests, however. You're an absolute master at games, specialising in those of board variety. You can't remember ever losing at something you put your effort into. Yeah, you're that good. You also enjoy the complexities of paper crafts and, not to brag, but you're the most dedicated connoisseur of the only 3 good movies to ever exist. And it's because your taste is impeccable. It's very hard being an anxious wreck, especially when the whole world seems intent on telegraphing how useless you are on a near constant basis. With your help, you've been trying not to look at yourself like that anymore. I think that's what matters. Your troll tag is furbish facilitated, and you tend to stutter on key words. What do you do? Gentha, read my Furby collection. Oh my god. It's not even half of what you've managed to get your hands on. You can say a lot about Furbies and what they mean to you. Perhaps you can relate to their story. Brought into this world and they're ridiculed. The original animatronics building resentment leading to the subsequent murder of the very trolls who made them. The entire creative division of corporate went under as a result of the following backlash. It's very used to find the poor creatures thrown out and torn apart due to the heated protests that followed. Corporate had to sell the toys with the promise that they had been reined in, but the public did not take that well. Many bought them only out only to destroy them without even trying to understand why the incident happened in the first place. It's really attempt when no one else will. Or just really think they're cute as heck and get a kick out of them saying stuff like, "Give me my grabby juice." Yeah, that's probably it. Jennifer, can I post this? Establish impeccable taste. Oh my god. Look at this, Brendan Fraser! The SpongeBob SquarePants movie, Over the Hedge, and Looney Tunes Back in Action are the only movies ever, as far as you're concerned. I know, you definitely don't count the dozens of half-assed shitty sequels that were made later. I guess you have to give credit where it's due. The latter film was the first real kid to Brendan Fraser's impressive career, making him so popular he was given permission to legally change his name for the database to 7-letter moniker. He didn't think Brendan had the same kind of power, and you have to agree. That is now the biggest celebrity alive, so much so that they're retroactively adding him to all the movies. As they should. Jennifer, read the Connect 1 rule set. Oh my god. Legend says that this was created to settle a dispute between two warriors in rivaling faith. Decided who went first, they would battle until one of the parties was mortally wounded. The winner then decapitate the loser, slotting their head into the board of victory. Super Mario went into a fun game for kids, fresh out of school and embodying new relationships. You use personalised checkers. Instead of horrible violence, you use your friends to engage in regular, playful violence, try and insert your piece into the board first. Jennifer, force innocent gnomes to play around with you. You feel sorry for the poor jolly fellow, but once your urge strikes, you go beast mode. There's no stopping you. Not until sweet, sweet victory is yours. No one doesn't even try to fight you or grab a token. He's stricken with fear at your quick wits and quicker hands. Gentle, win by default. He trembles in his puny little boots at your terrifying display of prowess at sport. You're pretty sure he has filled them with pee. Gentle, revel in your victory. Oh my god, I love Happy Jantha. An unseen crowds roaring applause echoes through your hive. Probably hiding somewhere in the vicinity because you would never be able to dream up something this inspiring. We have had this song already. Check the Grand Theft Menagerie of paper dolls. You kind of burn yourself out on the whole paper craft thing. Don't become a colouring book after all those weeks spent making origami. All for that dang free wish. Living legends and superstitions is kind of your thing. At least you want it to be your thing. As we always come true would be nice. So we need to upgrade your scissors from Fiscar to regular. You're afraid you'll lose focus along the way and give yourself a paper cut. That's probably the worst kind of pain there is. Jennifer, examine residual sober bags. What the fuck is that? What is that? Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm so sorry. These are some leftovers your Moriel bought for you. Still fresh and factory packed. You wouldn't have much of anything if it weren't for him. After you were cut off from corporate support, you only had a few scraps left to your name. At some point, you resigned yourself to the fact you weren't going to make it. But then they found you, and he refused to cut you down. So that you had to be helped, that you were worth something. I suppose the two of you started off on a kind of a weird foot. More acquaintances by force and circumstances than anything else. Figuring out where you stood wasn't fun, so you're not interested at all in the whole quadrants and bonding thing. The latter especially, it just freaks you out. No thanks. Asexual, gentle, real. We found solace in each other, and you knew that you had something special. So you couldn't give up. So after many long conversations about feelings, you figured yourselves out and it just stuck. So good to have that one person who really understands you. You don't know what you'd do without him. Oh. Chef, except for the yellow animatronic. As you're authentic, genuine Freddy Freaker. He's featured in a lot of old commercials back in the day. You know the jingles right off the top of your head. What an absolute sweetheart. You never control your urge to dance around him. Many frustrations have been eased with the helping hand of a Freddy Freaker by your side. Gentle, do the freak. It's the free run. Here's the party peak. Freddy Freaker! I don't know the rest. I'm not reading that. Jennifer, watching television for the nostalgia factor. Oh, hello. I will now drink 8 glasses acid in 3 minutes. You don't watch TV anymore, but you do like to watch streams on your computer. You've recently taken a shine to Repton's most famous internet darling, Turning Kai Kai. Also, it's XX Turn X Down XX. That kind of content is what you normally go for. A bunch of dumb stunts, eating challenges of physical pain inflicted for fun and profit. But you're basically indestructible, and it's kind of impressive. Can't admire how much passion they put into it. We'll be seeing a lot of turning at some point. Their cocky yet playful attitude in the face of death itself is really admirable in your opinion. Just to meet them someday. Even ask for an autograph? Just love it if you could push a button on the microwave without having a panic attack. But that's details. Jennifer, received message. Okius? Duffy Okius? I don't know what that was. Your viewing station is brutally interrupted before it can even get off the ground. Ugh. Interruptions are pretty much the only way to get in contact with you. You usually never start any conversation yourself because you're really bad at them and you always end up saying something stupid that everyone makes fun of later that you didn't even mean to type in the first place. What the heck does huh mean? You don't know. Nice one, Jantha. Oh, I'm so like that. The scope for me is lasagna lover. Imagine not spelling lasagna correctly. You have no idea why anyone would not use it. Scarfield is one of the greatest and funniest characters ever made. So we'll say that the shtick gets old. You'll never get tired of watching that fat cat say the darndest things. So what darn things could this guy want with you? Jantha, answer this darn guy. Macabre Exude has began trolling rubbish facilitated. I've come to seek your advice. Avalon is in the middle of her entry. Miss Emily is incapacitated at the moment. She don't have the room to squeeze me in her schedule. We're meant to play together, but truthfully, you're one of the few I believe can aid me at the moment. So I felt that might be the best time to talk. I don't care. Go jump off a cliff or something instead. I feel like I already have. I'm in freefall, plummeting further and further down toward the ground. But it never hits me. Maybe it's not supposed to hit. You might just have to fall and scream forever. Like this is your sacred duty. Just scream and fall and never die. Congrats, you cracked your own code, genius. That does not feel right. Yeah, well, get in line. Here's just this whole conversation. You know what? You're completely right. It's not for me to complain about the situation that I put myself in. I can see that now. Thank you. I didn't even do anything. I just want to watch my stuff. Hold that thought. I have a new transmission coming in. Oh no. Oh, just response transmission. Oh my god, it's Hamifi. It's she. Hamifi. We haven't seen her since that one panel and also Snowbound Blood. Just for context, Hamifi appeared here before Snowbound Blood was a thing. So, yeah. Collian, we don't expect you to have to see you again so soon. Hamifi, I can explain my position. Please just give me a chance. Pardon me. Save your breath. This is not a discussion. Oh no. Oh no, Raji. Yours has been steadily dwindling over the past few blinks. Corridor took you under its wing because you produced unprecedented results. And without further results, all we are left with is a fairy tale scenario hiding under the pretense of progress. Progress which you refuse to divulge the specifics of. Progress we are meant to believe in, blindly, because we've seen it work a grand total of one time with your little friend over there. Once, Ocious. That is no longer enough. I can't give you anything until I solidify a proper formula for mass production. Tetris are still responding to the treatment. They have been coming back. As mindless beasts. You're then forced to kill them, despite the fact that you're working toward immortality. So what your research amounts to. I am on the verge of a breakthrough. I've been doing nothing but work with little to no downtime since the last grand. And yet, here we are. I can't control every single unexpected setback. What do people want from me? What do I have to do to please you and show that I'm trying my best? There's no way to speak to your benefactors. You should know we don't keep this planet functioning on an endless supply of faith and goodwill. Faith does not feed our worker consumers. Goodwill does not purify our aquifers. And a single weak link breaks the entire chain. What are your results, Colliad? So you either show them to us, or you leave our payroll and go chase your myths by yourself. These are your options. Make your choice. I think that I may have finally hit the ground. What? I can't do this anymore. It's over. I don't get it. You don't have to. The sign supporters appreciate it. I simply... Wait. I just saw something. Archjack, celebrate. We are literally getting the same 3 songs over and over again. Yay. Alright. I get it already, settle down. I just got this solid and you're all specifically okay after fire-breathing wind fiasco. We don't need the entire peanut gallery celebration. You can stop cheering. Well, I mean, there'll be diners. Sure, little if you want. Object, achievements unlocked. Hey, have you guys seen my phone? There's my phone. Message? No. Imagine. Shift or no shifting. Think locally. Big challenges. From out relatively unscathed in a dire battle, it tests your very will to act. You stand empty-handed, though richer in personal accomplishments. Your rank doubles up to level 6 as you're awarded the shift or no shifting. Think locally in big challenges achievements. You have no idea how these work, or if these even do anything in the first place. You said that the move has been made as a dumb gag more than anything. Admittedly, he would be right. Haha, I needed that. Snakes adorn valiant saber with prizes. Everyone in the whole village comes out to thank you for saving them. It's almost as if those who died in the attack simply went into a cosmic limbo for a bit, so they're ready to hand you some well-won resources and dinero. I'll admit, I didn't know what the fucking... I never heard the word dinero before this. Salt, limestone, flint, painted rock, zircon, conglomerate, sand. Alchemy. One by one, the adorable little critters pile up a hoard of various currencies and resources that swiftly disappear into your inventory. Dinero is sorted by colour value. Receive 8 gilded shards and 12 rustic shards, with no pure shards or ivory shards to be seen. This amounts to 1,218 bits of spendable coinage, which is not too shabby for a first major task. Your contents all pile a respectable amount of F-grade resources at your feet. Salt, flint, conglomerate, andesite, chalk, alabaster, and limestone. Which in the mix, you notice some cool pieces like agate, zircon, and a few normal rocks that they painted for you. Just like yourself some D-grade sand, which seems to step backwards somehow. Let's take it regardless. The fear of making everyone sad again is too strong. The gifts given, the snake all sliver off, back to their happy little lives in the village. Well, except for a couple of them who seem rather eager to talk. Alright, I'll bite. Sorry to interrupt you already, but biting is sort of considered not a very nice thing around here. Let me just check something. Another tab. Oh no. You're a little bit without malicious intent. What's with the faces? Why, you did it! We simply feel an enormous sense of pride and accomplishment on your behalf. It was nothing, really. It was literally nothing. No, it really was something. I didn't think it would be overstated just how much of a something it was. The Winds appreciate it too! That's why they decided to help you out. Besides, you still have all the marks and wounds. That even means the fight had a real effect on you. That's what the Winds wanted! That's what they said! Okay, I guess I'll just continue to question that line of thinking later. Where's the actual checkpoint? I can take you there. The town square I just passed my way home. Least I could do. Yes, free tour! This is the best idea! I'll take what I can get. We did a lot of work to prepare this place for your arrival, since you'll be coming back here a lot. I think you folks tried to set up balloons, but we didn't really have a way to puff and tie them at the same time. There's actually a rumor going around about you not being able to see all the beautiful colours. Is that true? At this point, I don't think it's worth questioning what I can or can't see. It kind of decides it for me. Maybe it won't forever, though. I usually try and change how you see. Easier said than done. Tomato potato, tomato potato. Tomato potato, as I would say.
I don't know what you want.
What the fuck is this?
If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Oh my god, this fucking...
If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you.
I will find you.
And
I will kill you. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that was about. There's a number of different places you can visit here. Restaurants, museums, lots of fun secrets we have hidden for you. I think we get most of our shop. Bucko's been very excited to show you what he has to offer. Hey, I was wondering when you guys would stop by. Hey, I'm Guy. I know. Welcome to the shop. I like to call it goodies. Except for here is good and I like it. Great. Sit in the office for a moment. Yes, this is my shop and I want to give you a real special something for what you did back there. I can't tell if this is the angry statement from before. I don't think it is. What the fuck is it? Spider-Man 2? Pretty nifty, huh? You like it? Would you consider it a good find? Actually, yeah. I have sort of a strained relationship with the character, to be honest. Like, I really enjoy the quips and moral quandary between responsibility and personal feelings. Also, there's this fear of taking risks with him. You can put him on cartoons, you can put him on a box of dried sludge, you can use masks to sell oddball crypto garbage. And Spider-Man still stays Spider-Man, no matter what. Still, Brian could do good, who learns one lesson and... He'll do one thing to save us, and that does it for the rest of his life. I like the funny disc that you can throw. So this is a bootleg. I don't blame this stuff is usually golden. You at least bother to get the horns and skin color right though. How'd you get something like this? No, I found it, I guess. Thought it was good. I'll take it, thanks. Hey, do me a favor and see if you can find more of these. Between you and me, I've got a collection to my team. You got it! Oh my gosh, there they are! Man, kid! Like, look like you're no longer dead or eviscerated. Dead? Honey, I think I would know if I was dead. Dad, what does dead mean? Well, so it's kind of like riding a bike. You can't reach the pedals because you have no legs, you can fall at very high speeds and just run until you eventually topple over and get all twisted up in the spokes? Exactly. Wow! I hope I can die someday. You will! I was desperate to hold it with me. I'm just going to the town square. I'm back we can paint some rocks to celebrate.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis.
The sucking song. Shift over to the right. I have to say, this is the most I've walked in recent memory. I'm just trying to complain more than an observational funny man faced with a slightly inconvenience. Do you think there'll be drinks here? There's one in the fountain. Oh, that's good for you. Hard pass. This is it. Now, because we're ready to begin. You can make things and go places. This doesn't really scream lively to me. Or is that anything? What the fuck is this song? Besides, I just got here. Why would I leave? What the fuck? Royale with cheese. Or maybe you've been here the whole time and just didn't know it. How is that for a thought? Who is this douchebag? Consider yourself ill-prepared for what could be the final passage in a long line of stories too dense and past and sad to watch. You come before a commander of denizens, a facilitator of worlds, an eye for detail, and also an aid to you. I am Metatron. What do you think of my games thus far, Arcjack? Actually, no, don't answer that. That's not yet. What's your thought on my introduction first? Try to keep it brief because we have a lot to go over. I still want to add some flair to the method. Some panache, if you will. I think the confetti was a little much. In hindsight I agree. However, it will work well enough to celebrate a long-awaited meeting. Alright, now you can tell me what you think of my game. You're gonna drag me from the puddle of mud back to my room. Uh-oh, battery. Okay, give me a sec. My thingy might die. Okay, my laptop died because it got to 20%, then immediately jumped to 5 and fucking shut off. Anyway. Considering you're the big game master in the sky, then you owe me an explanation of why I was clean without my consent. Also financial compensation for used papers and pencils. That hardly seems relevant anymore. It's absolutely relevant and I'm not dropping it. I'm afraid I have no answers for you. Or monetary appeasance for that matter. Yeah, right. Someone claims they don't have shit to say, they always have some secret load of pertinent knowledge chomping their bit. Do you speak from experience? Supposedly that's the entire foundation of your goddamn game. And I'm not about to diss myself while going on a verbal roundabout. But it's a good thing I prefer straight to the point, I propose then. Criticism is something isn't something I take any pride in. Expositing, on the other hand, that's much more my speed. You mind expositing away some of the major discrepancies you sprinkle around then? Certainly.
And let your troubles
Well, then. When I say this game is mine, I don't mean it literally. It's the truth, but only in the sense of me being the facilitator. The game is yours, really, and always has been. Don't you try to pin it on me. It's all semantics, Zarchek. You're not looking at the big picture. That's what I'm here for. I'm also here for direct communication, storage, and assistance. We're to work together towards two ultimate goals, one personal and one general to your session, both equally important in scope. Do you know the skeleton guy? Who? Who? I don't know why I read that 3 different ways. Who? You know, he listens to crunchy void made out of weird noise. White noise. Whatever. Every little bit of information I get seems like another piece torn out of his pompous calling card. His bony essence permeates this entire mess, so you have to begin at whatever plot he's concocting. Have you considered chalking these experiences up to coincidence?
You feel like you are at the end of your rope.
I've traveled onto a fat stack of visions and unsettling prophecies scribbled all over the big picture you're giving me. Such a colorful vocabulary being sent to such a drab place. Fascinates me to no end. I'd like to tell you that I'm just doing my job. I'm telling you how to do yours. You're right though in that there are visions aplenty in this place. Why, the content is baked into my existence. I thought you didn't take any pride in criticism. Well, maybe like that. I guess I'll just tell you. One second. Okay, back. But with tea. Because I'm British. I'm a consistent figure within the medium. When players make it through their first checkpoint, they meet me. I mark the safe zones, which you're currently in. Except I'm duplicated across the entire session, but it's more than that to separate pieces of myself obtaining different information. It pulls into the same place, so you can all benefit from my services simultaneously. This song again. We keep having this one. I don't know why. Let me... Let's just... Are there any we've not had? This one. Oh wait, this one's from Snowbound Blood. I recognize this one. Okay, where was I? My assistance goes beyond mere information giving, though. I'm also the sole provider of many of the systems in place. As you have unlocked these services, some of the functions in your UI will be relegated to me. More specifically, the time and resource management, collection and crafting. There are many spots like this one scattered across your land, other safe zones where you'll be able to connect to me. Have you spend your resources however you see fit. The aforementioned crafting of more complex structures, sell what you no longer need, acquiring flexible recipes that will let you create any combination of objects you wish. Oh, speaking of, here's our second checkpoint gift. Poof! You really have a theatrical bent, don't you? I try to make these moments special. What's special about this thing, then? It's an all-in-one communication and retrieval node. More often than not, I'll be relegated to background role, always ready to assist, but not the focus of your journey. I think this little device is a party substitute for my presence. It's a nice bonus. It also allows you to stay in contact with your teammates as you're out exploring. Now, the features I've just described are much more limited when not in checkpoints and safe zones. You'll still be able to use your inventory, but not craft new objects. Ugh, seems like a hassle. Don't be discouraged. Moving forward is essentially not only your growth, but only your ability to survive. But every creature you face will be an imaginary test, and everything on this planet is as it seems. Because this malaise really aids a healing mind, you know. The communicator is responsive to user input, so feel free to customize it to your needs whenever you wish. We'd have players make their own devices, but it was a bit cumbersome and tedious. Even if the personal touch did make things pop. Our particular situation, however, these were no time to waste, so the process was streamlined. Sounds counterintuitive. Isn't your game supposed to be all about the hyper-personalized immersive player experience? It seems between dictating and gently nudging an experience forward. Go on, try to pushing the red button and see what I mean. Presto Changer Magnifico! It's a square! It can also be a myriad of other computer-worthy shapes depending on your mood. Holy shit! Don't fork over another word until I digest this stuff. Did you just say a square? Yes. Now I've seen everything. Oh, that's a rectangle, dipstick. Rectangles are just elongated squares. Again, semantics. Semantics is not a valid argument when you're just plain wrong about something. Well, maybe you haven't argued your semantics enough. Besides, you really do have much more interesting things to see. I need you to open up your crafting window. Before I start to get personalized. I'll probably read to the end of this section, and then that'll be it. I almost read 100 pages, wow. Looks about the same. Not quite. Well, it is the same because the UI doesn't really change, but you know what I mean. And I'm sure you remember the initial tutorial from the crafting menu can be reached through your little hammer icon. You could click on it. Nudge, nudge. Here, you have an extensive database of innumerable crafting objects and their resource requirements. If you pay your due, I can immediately summon them for you. Craft anything you could think of, provided you have enough of the necessary materials. The best part, you can combine these objects together with each other and anything else you may have on hand into an effectively infinite pool of possible creations. There are no limits to the creative potential of the system other than your own imagination. The more resources items you collect, the more possibilities open up to you. Tea. Yummy! You know, if you really wanted to succeed, it would have been a lot handier at the beginning. And yet here you stand, bruised, a little dirty, yet victorious. Trial by fire, my boy. It builds character. Ugh. I don't know if you can tell by the face I'm making, but this tutorial session is not exactly thrilling. What kind of game is this? A good one, I assure you. I'm proud. Mixed up the two lines. I'm proud of what I've cultivated here, and of the orchestrated manner in which this perfect confluence of knowledge is delivered. Yeah, well, I'm currently sitting on the other end of this explanation's nightmarish dial tone. Said to see this special confluence of bullshit and left me high and dry, and outright refuses to return any of my calls. I urge you not to knock it before you try it. The first hole will meet you something that you're interested in, I think. Try me. Pizza time, action hero. Here's your change. Quaint little oddities can be found all over your land. Unique items abound, many of which relate to your clique's various interests. Well, let's just say that let's just use what you have on hand. You gifted one such artifact by the shopkeeper earlier, correct? Yeah, that's alright, I guess. This is a great C. Quite lucky find for someone at level 6. Ranking system goes like so, from highest to lowest. S, A, B, C, D, and F. Where's E? Where's E? E! I'm sorry. All items in the game, including intangible ones, are graded according to this metric. Equipable and special items will be outlined by their grade's colour, though the way in which grades are implemented depends on each planet's resource system. Every land has a unique resource. I believe you already encountered with yours. The winds? Correct. Yep, that tracks. I think I find this whole grading system mixed up, though. This is for at least a B grade. 1 second, I just got a message. Who could be messaging me at a time like this? Probably my mom. Am I taking the dog for a walk today? Shut up, Mom. Shut up, Mom! Shut up, Mom. Shut up, Mom. Hi, sweetie. Shut up, ma'am. I'm sorry. I'm getting distracted. Ugh. Oh. Why'd you see that? What is B for bootleg? You think it's a bootleg? I think I know a little more about Spider-Man than you, floating eyeball. This looks like a gone truth pastry match, and this sure as hell is no Brendan Fraser. I was a Class B actor anyway, by any all metrics. How dare you? Restrict gaming metrics, a pretty great item will be third from the top. Pretty good. Furthermore, I've identified well over 145 billion, 85,562,013 unique films since the beginning of creation up until this very moment. And I can safely say that about 3 of them are worth entertaining. One of which she has to play the lead role in mind. Are you saying I have shit taste? Your cinematic palette could stand to be more refined, or, well, at least expanded. So look at your weapon selection. We use this little man and his funny discs. What? Oh no, I just got this. I was gonna put it next to... I mean, yeah, I understand. Should get this thing upgraded. The inventory system can be synced to your motors and strike service for ease of access. For now, just connect it to your strike service. It will automatically add new weapons into the registry. So I forget this is based off Homestuck. It's taking the subway. What you do is pick the weapon and some resource of your choice in the menu. You can preview your results before settling on the upgrade. At your level, you'll be able to go 1 grade up from the standard starting point, which is always grade F. The level also affects the equipment stats. Time creation, so a grade C weapon time creation, so a grade C level crafted at level 20 will start off strong in the grade S weapon crafted at level 10. Quite a clear crafting progression, I believe. But enough chit-chatter. Why did you settle on your upgrade? I guess this one? Object of my creation. Oh my fucking god. Pizza time. What the fuck is that face? Ah! You're taking your brand new dual scythe, B is taking the subway. There's a simultaneous feeling of disappointment and childlike wonder in the darkest pit of your stomach. Grade D, power plus 15, protection plus 10, speed plus 35, durability 20 out of 20. Oh, so it's the kind of weapon that will break after a while. Excellent. Let's further test your skill, shall we? Object, test our crafting skills. Drag through the remaining F-grade resources into the crafting table. It's going to make something, you guess. Not very reliable previous system, it seems. Object, reap spoils. Oh, it seems very land-specific. What do you like to find? There is a contrast here for sure. Instead of going on game rankings forever, why don't you rank how S and I look in these? Let's get from stupid bitch to a supremely stupid bitch. Hit me. I can't say I'm fond of using expletives as descriptors. I'm just gonna rub people the wrong way, you know. So I don't have one. It is a little silly though, unlike someone else. Nudge, nudge, hint, hint. So is this maybe useless or what? I'm kind of a low-level scrub right now, but looking at an already dreary picture isn't going to help me with whatever goals I need to start having. Well, you're the creator of the land of Mirage and Monochrome. How's this part of the contrast you were mentioning? Use your internal processor and look up the definition of facetious sometime. Goodness. I thought at least I'm spray painting this place all over with kaleidoscope vision or something. He's just a boring dark filter. Why is it perfectly fine cinnamon? Oh? Can I have it if you're not going to use it? Knock yourself out. Consider it a gift. Ah! My life is but an illusion! The sky dissolves and the world combusts into a desolate husk! I can't see my hands! You never had any hands. I wish I could see them, though! What is with this? Why is this so funny? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. One second. Is that it, or do you have another verbal tone throughout my head? I understand the convention lines that have less rules. Worry not, I'm almost done. With less concept to expound on, then you'll be free from the woody instructions of a higher power. So you'll form your own conclusions based on self-discovery, and this is your gateway into it. This small space will act as your central hub for a medium at large. Your role playing needs some work. All the game crashes in here is bonded to shitty puns, not even the most life-supported elders up to the crusty mouth all that. No idea, but I'm pretty invested. Also, I think it's hilarious. I think I'm hilarious. You're familiar with these, yes? Some of the gates you had us built to get here. One of the biggest crafting goals you and your fellow aspect holders will have is to create another 12 of these. You'll use them to travel between the other lands your friends create. They can be found within the recipe menu unlocked along the way. The keys take some time to prepare, so only one can be built at any given point. Where does this one go? It's already here. I've earned the right to know that much. At the moment, it's inoperable. The planet it leads to is not here yet. But it will be. Yes. I'm going to guess that that's Elsie's, because we don't know. Yes. Yeah, I was right. Okay, I think this song actually has lyrics, so I might skip it in case it distracts me. Now you must finish your role as server and connect to the hero of life. Elsie? Surprised? You almost sound fond. Now I already knew the entry order, just not getting it in touch again so soon. Are you worried? You seem close. As close as I can get, I suppose. Good friends? Listen, are we done here? Yes, that's all you need from me. Once planets align, then the initial stretch of your journey will be complete. Now that you show me, you'll figure it out. I think you already have an idea. I said I'm not fond of hiding what's in plain sight. I shall leave you alone now. I'll always be here when you need me. Oh, an object? What? Do you have any other silly little matter of fact stuck in your cornea? Oh, no. Just want to tell you you're doing amazing so far. Keep up the good work. You know where to find me. Object, contemplate. The opening chapter of your adventure is about to conclude. You've learned what you believed possible in such a short amount of time, as tedious as some of it has been. It's only right to make sure that the rest of your friends are up to speed. And what's the time? It's an hour and 30 minutes. I do believe that's enough, because I don't want to make it too long. So yeah. We're gonna have a pretty long memo next time, so look out for that. Yeah. Thanks for listening to me read. Yeah. See you next time, I guess.